ReSound Omnia, Phonak Audéo Lumity, Signia Pure Charge&Go. Three manufacturers, three great hearing aids, but which one is the right for you? I will show you in a second coming up. Hello and welcome. My name is Dave and I'm a hearing professional with plus 20 years of experience in fitting hearing aids. And today I have three hearing aids for you: the ReSound Omnia, the Phonak Audéo Lumity and the Signia Pure Charge&Go. And while those hearing aids look very similar, there are some differences I would like to highlight in this video for you. And just let's start with the look of those hearing aids. So all three hearing aids are RIG hearing aids, which means that the receiver is in the ear and is connected to the hearing aid with a small and thin cable. So I hope you can see it here. We have rocker switches on the Signia and on the Phonak hearing aid and a push button on the ReSound hearing aid. Also, it's hard to see, but the ReSound device is the longest and the slimmest hearing aid, and Phonak is the thickest one. All of those three hearing aids are IP68 rated, which means that they are dustproof and water resistant. And by the way, the Phonak Audéo Lumity Live is even more than water resistant, it's nearly waterproof. Now all of these hearing aids are rechargeable, and you might ask, okay, do I get through the day with one charge? And the answer is, in most cases, yes, because ReSound Omnia has 12 hours of use with 100% of streaming time. So if you use it for 12 hours and you're streaming all the time, you can easily get through the day with one charge. And you have to keep in mind, streaming is taking phone calls from your phone to your earphone, listening to music from your phone in your hearing aids. And of course, also using the app takes a little bit of electricity from your battery life. So 12 hours with 100% of streaming is huge. Then of course we have the Signia hearing aids, which come with 36 hours of use and 5 hours of streaming. Well, I guess this will get you through the day with one charge pretty easy. And then we have the Phonak Audéo Lumity, which come with 12 hours of use with one charge. And this is without streaming. So the thing is, if you're taking phone calls or if you're listening to music or even if you're using the app, Phonak uses the old classic Bluetooth protocol, which uses more energy than the new low energy protocols which ReSound and Signia use. So you might not come through the day with one charge with the Phonak hearing aid, especially if you're using hearing programs with many features, or if you're streaming a lot, you might have to charge it at least one time a day with the Phonak hearing aid. But yeah, that's not bad for itself. What is bad for itself is that Phonak Audéo Lumity is only available in a rechargeable version. There's no battery version. So you have to get through the day with one charge and maybe stream a little less. So as I already mentioned before, those hearing aids can connect to your smartphone for taking phone calls and all those things, and they connect through Bluetooth. So ReSound and Signia have MFI devices, which stands for made for iPhone. So they can connect to an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac through Bluetooth directly without any issues. This works very easily. And they also connect to newer Android phones, which feature the Azure protocol. And this is something I always would look up before I go for these hearing aids. Go to the manufacturer's homepage, find the list with the compatible devices and see if your phone is compatible with the hearing aids for direct streaming, because otherwise, if they are not compatible, you will need a Phonak phone clip or a Signia Streamline mic for connecting the hearing aids to your phone. So this is a service Phonak does not need to offer because the Audéo Lumity connects to any phone that has a Bluetooth protocol. So whatever phone you're using, you can connect it to the hearing aids through Bluetooth for direct phone calls and audio streaming, which is very, very useful, and it works pretty easily. Also, Phonak Audéo Lumity can connect to up to 8 different Bluetooth devices, and it can have connections, active connections to 2 different Bluetooth devices at once, which is cool. So you can switch from your phone to your computer, for example, if you're listening to music or whatever. This is pretty nice. So talking about rechargeability and charging, we have 2 options for charging hearing aids: inductive charging without any charging contacts, or using an older method with charging contacts. And we have both options in these hearing aids. So ReSound uses inductive charging for its hearing aids. There are no charging contacts on the hearing aid. Signia uses charging contacts, Phonak as well, but the Phonak Lumity Live uses inductive charging. So the charger from the Phonak Audéo Lumity and the Phonak Audéo Lumity Live is different. So when it comes to sound quality and speech understanding speech in noisy environments is one of the most important features wearers are looking for in a hearing aid. So ReSound has a new beamforming technology here, which brings them 4.3 decibel SNR, and SNR stands for signal to noise ratio, which means that speech gets 4.3 decibels louder than the noise in the noisy environment. So you can understand speech pretty clearly in a noisy environment. 4.3 is quite a good amount. And the ReSound also has 4 listening programs and 17 channels for adjusting the hearing aids to your hearing loss. And by the way, I have a video where I get more into the details of the ReSound Omnia technology here. Now, Signia also has 2 features worth mentioning. First one is own voice processing 2.0, which means that your own voice will not get so much amplified as all the other noise around, which is very useful, especially for new hearing aid users. And they come with the AX soundscape processing, which means that sound and noise are processed separately and then they are combined to go into your ear as one sound image, and that way they can make quite a good and clear contrast between speech and noise, so you can really hear speech out of the noise. Those hearing aids also come with 6 listening programs and 48 channels, and I have a video with more details up here. And of course, Phonak was able to find a way to improve their signal to noise ratio by 2.5 decibel compared to the Phonak Audéo Paradise. And the Paradise was already a very good hearing aid. Now the Lumity is even better when it comes to speech in noisy situations. And of course, they also feature new features like the AutoSense 5 OS, which switches through the hearing programs automatically. It mixes all the settings according to the hearing situation you're in, and this is very, very useful. I like this feature a lot, and ReSound has kind of a feature in its premium devices, but the Phonak AutoSense OS works really, really good and patients love it. Of course, it also comes with Stereo Zoom 2.0 to focus on speech and noise even more, and they come with speech sensor which detects speech from the side. Phonak Audéo Lumity hearing aids come with 7 listening programs and 20 adjustment bands. Apps. Of course, every major manufacturer has an own smartphone app for their hearing aids, and which one you prefer is always a matter of taste. But if we look at the reviews on the App Store, we can see that the ReSound Smart 3D app has 4.4 out of 5 stars at the moment of this recording. The Signia app has 2.7 out of 5 stars and the Phonak app 2.8 out of 5 stars, and I think this means something, so you can choose which one you like more, but I guess ReSound is the #1 smartphone app for hearing aids right now. Now, who wins, you might ask? So what's my conclusion of this comparison of the hearing aids? I'll break it down into a few different points. #1, best shape and size, and here is the winner, the Signia Pure Charge&Go. I'll just show it to you here. Because it's the smallest, the slimmest rechargeable hearing aid, and it definitely wins the shape and size contest. The Omnia has, in my opinion, a very interesting style, but it's still a little longer than the Signia Pure Charge&Go, and the Phonak Audéo Lumity is the thickest and biggest of those three hearing aids. So #2, rechargeable battery. Well, here we have one loser more or less, and it's the Phonak device with 12 hours of amplification without streaming, which is probably not enough to get through the day, especially if you're streaming or if you're using many features in your hearing programs, which you probably will use. So at least the Signia hearing aids are doing a very good job here. They will definitely last all day, and also the ReSound Omnia will bring you through the day with one charge. #3, durability. All of those hearing aids are IP68 rated, which means that they are dust-proof and water resistant. But the Phonak Audéo Lumity Live is more than water resistant. They are almost waterproof. So if you're a person who likes to go swimming or going outdoors, or if you're just tending to more sweat than other people, then the Phonak Lumity Live might be the right choice for you. #4, sound quality, and this is always hard to say because there are so many factors that go into sound quality. It depends on your hearing loss. It depends on the programming of your hearing professional. It depends if you're a new or an experienced user. It depends on your lifestyle, if you live in an active lifestyle or if you're using your hearing aids mainly for watching TV at home. You get my point. It's hard to say. But the #1 factor to consider when looking for hearing aids is usually how you can understand speech in noisy situations. And ReSound and Phonak were able to improve their hearing aids here. So ReSound was able to improve their signal to noise ratio by 4.3 decibel and Phonak by 2.5 decibel, which is also pretty nice. So these hearing aids will make you hear speech in noise better than their older hearing aids. Signia also has a new feature. It's the own voice processing 2.0, which is especially interesting for new hearing aid users. And maybe just one opinion to sound quality. I get many patient reviews of those hearing aids, and many of them say that ReSound hearing aids sound a little bit sharper, while the Phonak and Signia hearing aids sound a little bit softer. But again, there are many factors that go into sound quality, and this is always hard to say. And #5, smartphone apps, and we have one clear winner here, the ReSound Smart 3D app with 4.4 out of 5 stars rating on the Apple App Store. So this was my breakdown of those three hearing aids, and I hope it brought you some new information. Maybe you could figure out which one might be the appropriate device for you. And if it helped you, if you got some new information, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of my new videos. And again, it's always hard to figure out which hearing aid is the appropriate one for you based on 3 or 4 key indicators. It's always the best to try those hearing aids, talk to your hearing professional, try those devices, and I'm pretty sure you will find the right one for you. So please drop your questions in the comment section below and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.